Welcome to the prologue to Ken's Kitchen 4. Ken's Kitchen 4 will reveal the probably 1,000-calorie a serving meat lasagna with meat sauce. Are you sensing a trend with the meat thing? Again, as dictated to me by my mother, unchanged for the last 50 years. Okay, why is this a prologue? Well, if we see over here, you might be able to see I'm getting ready to make the Tori, not yet world famous, classic meat sauce, and that's the sauce for the lasagna. And I'm doing it the day before I cook the lasagna, which I'm doing the day before I serve it. So 2 days in advance for the sauce, only because it's a long, long day to do the sauce and the lasagna. And 1 day in advance for the lasagna, because like most Italian food, and definitely pasta dishes, Italian food is best the day after. Okay, so that's what's going on over here. Let's see what the ingredients are for tomorrow's lasagna assembly. All right, I won't be going over this tomorrow, so pay attention. 1 pound of ground meat, and we'll talk about the ground meat tomorrow. This happens to be pork, not sausage. Frozen chopped spinach, we'll cook it. I guess we'll just microwave, and we'll do that tomorrow. Cream sauce, you can get this Aunt Penny's white sauce. God only knows what's in it, but you can also, if you can make a cream sauce, which I can't, that's good. It should be a neutral cream sauce, not a hollandaise, just a neutral cream sauce. There are flavor packets that you can get to make a cream sauce, but I saw this, the easier the better. Oven ready lasagna. Do not get not oven ready lasagna, otherwise you have to pre-boil it and then put it in your Pyrex dish and then oven bake it. So oven ready lasagna. A tub of ricotta cheese. I use a larger tub, so please don't get this size. However, for this particular batch of lasagna, I'm going to try half of it with mozzarella. Wait. Grated mozzarella. So I'm going to try half with ricotta and half with mozzarella just to see the difference. Some people don't like ricotta. I think those people likely haven't had it in the right dose and the right preparation. But I'm going to try it with mozzarella. Never ever tried it before, so we'll see how that goes. Either way, traditionally large tub of ricotta, no mozzarella. And grated Parmesan cheese for the layers and the topping, of course. A printout of your recipe, because this one's a little bit more complicated than the pasta sauce, so it's good to have a reference. And a super large Pyrex dish. You think this thing is heavy unfilled? Wait until tomorrow. All right, so I'm going to get started on the Tori Classic pasta sauce with me. See you tomorrow. All right, we're ready to start our assembly of the lasagna. This is the meat sauce that I cooked 2 days ago. I did not get it ready for yesterday, so the sauce is 2 days old, not that it matters. Frozen spinach, I'm going to cook that to directions, probably microwave it, but I'll do that right now. Open these up, and I'm going to heat them up just a little bit to make them spread easier. And brown the pork. So give me 10 minutes to get that done and I'll be back. All right, it's ready to start assembly. There's a lot of prep work to do, so let me just do a quick run through of what you need to do before assembly. Assembly is actually the easiest part. So down here in the sink is the cooked or microwaved chopped spinach draining. If you've ever cooked spinach, frozen or fresh, it holds a lot of water. All my stuff is set out. From the prologue, we have our oven-ready lasagna, grated Parmesan, ricotta, Galbani, and no, in my entire life, my Italian family never did that, or more like they do on the Galbani commercials. It's annoying. Ground meat, this was pork, as I mentioned. Tori Classic pasta sauce with sauteed ground beef, so you do have a mix of meat. Back here is grated mozzarella. This is the cream sauce heated up to just enough so that it's spreadable. You might be able to see the steam, so it's, you know, it's workable without being too hot to handle. And I think that's it. In the oven, I have that old cookie sheet that you saw in one of my other videos, covered with foil. That's got to go in. This is going to be over full, and if you don't, you're going to be redecorating your kitchen after the smoke alarm is done going off. And I'm going to preheat the oven to 350. Let's get started. All right, that's preheating. Oh, and the recipe, like I said, a little more complicated than the pasta sauce. Don't have it memorized. I don't cook it that often, so it's here for reference. Okay, got it. Start the bottom layer with just a blend of red and white sauce. So, red sauce, just just to get the bottom layer wet, because you're going to start with a bottom layer of pasta. So you don't want the pasta sitting on a dry pan, otherwise it's just going to get crispy and ew. Then the white sauce, there's no rhyme or reason, just kind of get it around. It mixes a little bit, looking like impressionist art. Just kind of have some fun with it. There you go. A little bit more. Yeah, longest part, getting the white sauce to exit the ladle. Come on. There you go. Don't mean to be impatient. Okay. So then layer pasta to fit, even if you have to break a few sheets. So here's one box with a couple broken sheets on top, which is not bad. You're going to need to break them anyway. It's no big deal. This is what the oven baked pasta looks like. And then have some fun, lasagna Tetris. So let's move these little pieces aside in case we need them later. There you go. And if you have a chunk of meat and you press the lasagna sheet on it, it breaks, no biggie. No biggie. All right, here's the fun part. Now you get to pretend like you're doing a puzzle. I lay it against the countertop and snap. Boom. There you go. That one will go there. And I think one of my pieces, no, not quite. Puzzle time. No, got to do a full one. So against the counter lengthwise, snap. Done. All right, that's the bottom layer, and the rest of the layers are sort of lather, rinse, repeat. So they always go. Next layer should have red, white sauce, which we just did, spinach, ricotta, the meat, and then topped off with pasta layers. So the next layer will build it as sort of the legitimate lasagna layer. So we'll do one of those, and then I'll stop and assemble it and show you when I'm done. So red sauce. Another reason why I like to start with a fresh batch of Tori pasta sauce is that you don't have to worry about, nursing it along or not having enough. Nothing is worse than not enough sauce on the lasagna. You may notice I'm moving it over to the edges. Crunchy edges is a rookie mistake. So that's fine, get that covered. And white sauce. Again, no rhyme or reason, just as mixed up as you can. And again, it's hard to judge how much white sauce you have in the pan because you seem to have a lot of it, but not a lot of it comes out, as you can tell. All right. Sorry about the unhygienic finger lick. Sorry, COVID police. All right, so as we discussed, we are going to put the ricotta on the left. Not that it matters, but I'll tell you why in a second. I mentioned it in the prologue. So I just kind of break it up. You can move it around again. It's all good. Okay. And then mozzarella on the right. I would say about a handful. Now, it's classic Italian measurements. How much? About a handful. Not too much, not too little. Kind of like a blonde chicken, three bears. All right, so that's mozzarella on the right. That way when it's done, we can see if we enjoy one cheese more than the other or equal. Do not forget the meat. I'm going to crumple that and spread it as evenly as you can. That's all good. All right, I don't need the fork anymore, excuse me. All right, the spinach. Just kind of shake it, make sure it's as dry as possible. And this, you want to take some time. You can sort of see that I'm separating as best I can and dropping it from high above, getting it as spread as you can. I'm not sure if the height actually helps, but it looks cool. All right. And again, the colors kind of help. You make an even addition of the ingredients. All right. I'm thinking life is good. So a quick rinse off of my hands. Show you what that layer looks like, and then I'll finish up the other layers and come back. So first of all, let me take this, show you what that layer looks like. So looks like that. All good. Yummy, even uncooked. All right, so some extra time to have me finish the other 4 layers. Be right back. All right, last layer complete, and as promised, this thing's like twice as heavy as it was when I pulled it out for the prologue. Ugh. Here's what that looks like. You can see that last layer, that's just red white sauce, the regular cheeses, and topped off with Parmesan. You can sort of see that yummy construction there, all that goodness. All right. Okay, so the oven is preheated. It has our drip pan covered in foil, and you want to foil this too. So life is good. All right, now forgive me for spinning it, but because we have a slightly different recipe for this, I'm gonna go get a Sharpie. Although it shouldn't be terribly difficult to decide which side is which. This is the right side for the ricotta, and this is the left side for the mozzarella. All right, in the oven, where are we? Got it. Everything's done. 45 minutes, then check it. Typically, as I've been doing this more and more, 45 minutes, check it of course, pull the foil off, let it go an extra 15 minutes, an hour solid, you'll be fine. Now we are doing this on Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, everybody. And it is a couple minutes before noon, and that will have plenty of time to cool off. So again, day before, good. Day of, good. You just have to give it enough cool off time. Served fresh, it's nuclear, and it's not as good as when it sort of sits and sets up. So in the oven, see you in an hour. The 45-minute timer has just gone off, so let's take a look, and I'll show you why it's necessary to take the foil off for this last 15 minutes. Ho! Let's pull out 50 pounds. Oh my goodness. All right. Nope, probably not the smartest idea I've ever had. Tongs. All right. So we can see here that everything looks nice and melted and wonderful and bubbly, but it doesn't have any of that sort of finished, slightly browned, not crunchy crust. And that's what will happen in the last 15 minutes. So, quick unfoiling. Back in the oven. Wish you had smell-o-vision. 15 minutes. And we'll see you then for the finished product. All right, the last 15 minutes of the timer has gone off. Time for the reveal. All right. Best part about cooking, I know I mentioned it, is the wonderful fragrance you get. Ready? You got it. Wish you had smell-o-vision. All right, here we go. 50 pounds of goodness. All right, hard to see, and I'm not sure tipping it is the best idea. So you can see a little bit more, or I can see a little bit more finishing on the edges, not crispy. Crispy is the rookie mistake for lasagna. So a little bit more finishing on the edges, and a perfectly uniform melting of the cheese. So, as mentioned, this is going to be nuclear. I don't want to sound like George Bush Jr. It's going to be nuclear for another couple hours, but we're not planning on serving it for at least 3 to 4 more hours. So it's perfect. So we're calling this done. From Ken's Kitchen to you, Merry Christmas, and until Ken's Kitchen 5, bon appetit.